Hello everyone, it's Infinity Gamer here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about February releases. I appreciate that might seem slightly late. Yeah, I mean, being in New Zealand, some of these things take a little bit of a while to reach the other side of the world. But I have also then been inundated with the Torchlight stuff, which I have been massively fanboying over, but that is a different video for a different day. Let's jump into these February releases, and we're going to start with the Guilang Hacker. I have faced this multiple times. As those of you that follow the channel know, I don't play Yu Jing at all, but I have the great pleasure of playing against them pretty much every single time I play. And the Guilang is one that has appeared in several lists that I have faced. Also, if you're hearing a lot of noise, I have my little FDM printer going there on its first ever little run, having only just got it recently. It's doing its little benchy to see how badly I have messed up the prototype. So if you can hear that slightly, do apologise. And then also for those of you keen-eyed over there, and a couple of you, when I shared my hobby setup update, expressed concern about the resin printer being so close to an area that I work. I do appreciate that concern massively, so thank you so much for those that did message. That's not running. It's actually more for display purposes at the moment. The FDM printer is one that I'm going to be using a lot for terrain, everything to do with Infinity. That resin one was part of a bundle deal with that, and until I can safely operate it in an outdoor area or an area that's really well ventilated, I won't be operating it in the house. So thank you for your concern. If you're seeing that and you're worried about me, thank you. You're a great person, but don't be. It's ornamental. It's basically a giant paperweight at the moment. Back to the Guilang. Having faced the Hacker several times, one of the things that really annoys me about it is that it is so good from an operational perspective. So getting objectives, being in camo, it's got infiltration. This is obviously the hacking profile, but there's always also a forward observer in there and a couple of other different units if you want to be taking that. It's got the surprise attack, it's got mimetism -3, and it's also got MSV 1. The shotgun profile is quite annoying with that infiltration and that camo option there. There is a mine layer version as well. So this is a really good all-round unit for completing objectives and just generally irritating your enemy. So once it has completed objectives, it's really good at getting in the face of the deployment zone of your opponent. It's excellent at then re-camoing and just being a bit of a roadblock. And from a points perspective, we're looking at 30, 32 points at the most expensive end of the spectrum. This one in particular is 30 points. And so if you're playing a zone control mission, this could be really useful because that's a decent chunk of points to basically be camoed in the enemy deployment zone, or by the time you get there after a couple of turns. The sculpt's cool. I love jacket over armor. It's kind of, oh, I'm chilly. But I like the sculpt of this. So Yu Jing, Guilang Hacker, release for February. Then we have two reinforcement packs that have come out in February too. We have the Hackaslam one and we have Aleph. I'm going to start with the Aleph one. To start with, we get really big push on reinforcements since being released by Corvus Belli. If you haven't played a reinforcements mission yet, it really does change the dynamic of the game entirely. Having that potentially second turn, first round, second turn, if you've either done really well or really badly, you could be having, you know, a good chunk of points coming in at that midline area of the table. And what I liked about the Aleph lot was it looks like it's a really potent mix if you build the fire teams correctly. Looking at the pack itself, it comes with, so it's the program Ankh. All of the reinforcements seem to have this story about being ready reaction forces in orbit just in case things happen. This has a rickshaw attack bot with a boarding shotgun, a rickshaw attack bot with a red fury. It then has a Dawan attack bot with a chain rifle. There is then one Dawan attack bot with a pulsar, so you're getting a lot of attack bots in here. Luckily that comes with an engineer, the Artalis, which is pretty useful when you're rocking around with that many structure units. That's got a multi-rifle, and then we have the Satra Hacker. Excellent pack, good value for money coming in with 6 models. I do like the sculpts for the tac bots, they're looking pretty cool. Then looking at how they fit within Army Builder, I've been looking at the fire team option under Steel Phalanx for it. There is the Ankh Team's reinforcement pack, which makes perfect sense, bearing in mind what this is and what it's aimed to do. That's got the Riksha, the Dawan, and the Artalis from this pack here. They all come with the Ankh keyword, so can form, you know, obviously one of those pure or coherent links. Steel Phalanx, obviously famous for having a cap on its core structures. It can only have 4 in there. And so what you'll find is that you could create a pure core 4 of just that Ankh fire team with those models that I've just listed. There's also the wildcard option, which is the other option in here, and then there's obviously the additional 2. So you've got the, what is it, the Samek Rebot? I'm now double downing myself. Satra, that's what I'm thinking of, and Artalis. So we're looking for the Satra hacker, which, and the reason why this got fuzzy and cut out, I can't see any reinforcements for Aleph, which seems unusual for a reinforcement pack that has a unit that isn't in the reinforcement setup for vanilla OSS or Steel Phalanx. Can someone tell me what I'm missing? Why is there a Satra hacker in this? And I'm going by the Corvus Belli store as to what's included in this. Why would there be a Satra hacker in there if it can't go in reinforcements? I have, and you can see that I am looking, what have we got? We've got Samek, Deleth, Aspara, Sofa Tech, are the reinforcement wildcards. Then we've got in the Maximus reinforcements, we've got Maximus and Deleth. And then in the Ankh, we've got Arjuna, Artalis, Dawan, and Riksha. But I can't see any mention of Satra. And that's in the vanilla fire team. And I have just double checked in the other areas. So yeah, can someone maybe explain to me in the comments below why there's a Satra hacker in this box if it's not available in the fire teams? I don't play Aleph. I do collect them because I will play them one day. They are definitely on my Infinity bucket list. There's a bit of a collection brewing in there, but really interested about this one. What's going on? Otherwise, the rest makes perfect sense as far as I can see. And then we get to the Haqqislam reinforcement pack. I get nervous anytime I try and do a video around Haqqislam because the pronunciation is never great from my side of things, as anyone who watches this channel regularly will know. And then especially with the Haqqislam side of things, it's just not going to go great. But this is a cool pack. I've always flirted with the idea of Haqqislam. I have got a small collection in there, but mostly from the Black Wind side of things, and then a little bit of reinforcement side, not reinforcements, I meant the expansion packs and the booster packs. And I've got some tags, and I love the look of them. I know that they've got a really cool play style. I haven't faced them incredibly often either to kind of know what that means on the table. The 1 or 2 times I have faced them, I think my ignorance has just meant that I've thrown my units into things that I probably shouldn't have. But from this reinforcements pack perspective, similar sort of story to what we were talking about with Aleph. So there's the Azrael reinforcement fire team option. So that's got the Azrael and the Hawa. There is the Hawa in this pack. I said that with confidence, but yeah, Al Hawa hacker in this pack. So that obviously makes up a little bit of that side of things. We then have within the main reinforcement set is the Sekban reinforcements. And again, we've got the Milek reaction group, which is the Angels pack, which is the story behind this one. Obviously, if you want to read a bit more about the fluff and the lore around this, the Corvus Belli website's pretty good, but so is the Human Sphere for pretty much anything lore related. And obviously, if you're on YouTube, you've got to be following war lore for anything lore related, really, like absolutely second to none. So we've got the Sekban with Red Fury, Sekban with AP rifle, Hafsa with rifle and light shotgun, interesting. Burka with submachine gun, a Khorasan with light shotgun, Al Hawa hacker. So that is a great setup. And then looking at the army builder side of things, the Havzan is a reinforcement wildcard, which is good. Then the Sekbans, those slot in quite nicely into that first one, the Sekban reinforcement fire teams. Crazy that would be the name of the fire team. And then when we're looking at the Havza and the Berkut, so the Havza slots in as a reinforcement, as does the Berkut. They've both got the Sekban keyword, so they would slot in quite nicely to make that main one a pure-ish core. No such restrictions on number of fire teams. So depending on the sectorial that you're playing, obviously better options there. These are great. I like the reinforcement packs mostly because of the value for money as well. Like you're getting 6 miniatures in some, I think you may be even getting 7 potentially. They're great minis. Obviously, if you're playing reinforcements, they're kind of essential. If you're not, they're pretty cool, and you never know when someone's going to want a reinforcement game. So I wouldn't turn my nose up about getting these if you collect these factions, like just because they're cool minis, they're new profiles, and they're pretty excellent. And a lot of those reinforcement profiles have obviously come into some of the main lists as well, so that even if you're not playing reinforcements, you still get to benefit from these really cool minis. Really quick video, because the February one I appreciate is late, and then I've got to go into March, and then I've got Torchlight, and it's sitting here begging for me to do a video on it, and it's coming. I'm not going to do an unboxing like everyone else has done, because you've seen unboxings and they're 1.5 dozen the other. It's minis. But I'm going to do something a little bit different around Torchlight because O12, I've got such a passion for them. They were my first ever faction that I picked up when I played Infinity, and I'm so excited about this new sectorial. So subscribe if you haven't already. Also, something I haven't done before or said is if you'd like these types of videos and things like that, or if you find any of my videos useful, there's actually a little thanks button up there, down there. I had someone drop a comment saying, would love to buy you a coffee. That's the equivalent of doing it. The thanks button is a little way for you to send me some coffee money, some glue money, not for sniffing, obviously, just for this, my paint stations, or to get some more PLA so that I can do some more terrain. But I also just appreciate the comments that come down into the bottom of these videos, because I read every single one of them. I love the opinions, whether you agree or disagree with me. I just love seeing a bit of a vibe about the community. So thank you so much, and I'll be back soon with another video.